Hello and welcome to a new season of OakieVision 2021. My name is Ryan Barnett, your host and the sports information director here at Menlo College. My guest this week is a freshman on the Menlo College women's soccer team, Dez Grisso-Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us this week, Desiree.
Hi. You can call me Dez as well.
Perfect. We'll stick with Dez then for the show, and then later on when we get to calling your name on the field out at Wonderlic. But thank you for joining us. Let's jump right in to letting the fans know back home a little bit more about yourself. So this is your first time on OakieVision, and your first, I guess, your second semester at Menlo College, but your first semester getting to be around campus. And you originally hail from Newark, California, right across the bay. How did you find out about Menlo College, and what really drew you to coming to our campus?
So actually, I played for Palo Alto Soccer Club, and Zlatan, he actually for my last year, so he was the coach out there. So he introduced me to Menlo, and at first I wasn't so sure, but once I came on for the visit, I made me realize that I honestly really liked the school. I was able to sit through a lecture and practice with the team, and the girls, and even surprisingly, like the lecture was honestly like really interesting. The teacher was cool, and so were the girls. So it made me really want to come.
That's excellent. Well, we're excited to have you. What are you studying here at Menlo?
So I'm majoring in marketing. But it was weird because I'm not even majoring in psychology, but the class that I attended was actually a psychology class, and that drew me in, but I'm a marketing major.
Of course, but I mean, here at Menlo, of course, we are a business and psychology school, and we do that because they play so well hand in hand together. So I'm sure you'll be able to take a few psychology classes as well as your marketing classes. But once again, we're so grateful that you chose Menlo, and not only for your academic ability, but also your athletic ability on the field. Now, let's talk a little bit about the women's soccer program at Menlo. Um, you guys got to compete. You were actually the first team here at Menlo College to compete with another school since the COVID shutdown last March. You guys took on Humboldt State a couple of weekends ago. Uh, and how do you think the first scrimmage for this team went? Obviously, Coach Z bringing on a lot of new athletes, but still returning a core group as well. So, how do you think you all played together?
I think together we've been working pretty hard. So going out on the field, I know some girls in the beginning were a little nervous and some girls were ready to play, but once we hit the field and started practicing and like honestly, once the whistle blew, like everyone was so focused and ready to play. I think we did really good. We were good with communicating. We were aggressive, and I feel like we wanted it a lot more than Humboldt.
Excellent. Well, that's exciting to hear. And that match, if I'm not mistaken, ended in a 2-2 draw, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. And from the bunch of players, I reached out to Coach Z after the match and asked him to identify a player that he felt stood out to him in the contest for this interview, and he selected you individually for your contributions. But I want to hear from you how you felt you played in your first competition in Menlo Navy and Silver.
Yeah, so honestly, when I first, stepped on the field, I feel like I'm a freshman, I'm not the tallest, but going out there, I was so ready and so excited. We all haven't played in a long time. So once we started playing, I think I did really well in just like winning my 1v1s because I just wanted it so bad. So I'd say it was a good game. It was a good game.
Excited to hear that. Now, I know you played on the back line when you were in high school and for your club. Are you still playing there here at Menlo? And if so, on the wing, in the middle, where do you play on the back line?
Yeah, so for the game, I actually started with center back. So one
Okay.
of the center backs.
Yep.
I moved a little bit to the outside, but most of the game I was center back.
Perfect. Well, we'll expect to see you all over the back line then, but starting at center back, always an important player on the defense, holding that shape. So excited to see you out there. Now, how about your fellow freshmen? Like I said, Coach Z bringing in the largest recruiting class since he took the helm at Menlo College women's soccer. A lot of new faces. You said there may have been a little bit of nerves coming out onto the field, but of course, just like you, it was all their first time hitting the pitch in Menlo Navy and Silver. How do you think the first years all played and helped contribute to that draw against Humboldt State?
I feel like looking at the game, even from my end, seeing like us freshmen coming in, I don't think you can tell who was a freshman and who was a sophomore. I feel like everyone was working really hard to where everyone just did their part. Like it wasn't even like who's a freshman, who's a first year, who's a like a senior, you know? I just think everyone worked super hard.
That's great to hear. And let's talk a little bit about those upperclassmen as well. Of course, as you said, everyone's working hard, working as a unit, which is great to see. But how have the upperclassmen served to help you out as a first year and these all of your fellow first year students in such a crazy year? You know, I know, like I said, Coach Z has a core group of girls who have returned, who've played a large amount of minutes for Menlo College women's soccer and spent a lot of time, of course, around campus. How have they sort of served in a mentorship role to you and your fellow freshmen?
I think especially since I'm coming into the back line who mostly is seniors. So they helped me a lot, and I feel like other freshmen can say the same as well because they motivate you so much. I know like when I stepped on the field, like they were telling me, you know, don't even be nervous. I know this is your first game, but you got it. You know, you're great. We see what you do during practice. Like it's nothing different and like we have your back. So I feel like just bringing that comfort and even that like confidence, you know, it's definitely they motivate you in so many ways, and that's why I really like the team.
Well, it's been exciting to watch the growth of this team from the time Coach Z took the helm, and really excited to see you guys in action. Of course, that coming up on the Menlo College Sports Network this upcoming Friday as you guys take on West Valley College. So let's talk a little bit about the future. Of course, you do have that scrimmage, and then going on into the off season this summer. And of course, you'll be one of the first teams in action in NAIA competitive play come the fall. With everything that's going on right now, of course, you guys haven't been able to compete as much as some of your fellow squads, but you've been able to work together to build this camaraderie, this family of a team together. What kind of advantage do you feel like that gives you going into the 2021 fall?
I think since it's been so rough for us, yeah, you're right. You know, we've been really focusing on just building that relationship rather than only, you know, skills and stuff. And I feel like that benefits us because even some of the girls were saying from last year, we communicate a lot better. We trust each other a lot more. So I think we definitely have that advantage going into the fall season because we're just a lot closer, a lot tighter, and a lot more comfortable to be giving us each other criticism and just pushing each other and knowing each one of our potential.
All right. And I know it seemed like you alluded to it there as well, that Coach Z is very big on goal setting and having each individual player have goals to set and achieve, as well as his own team. So, what are some of your biggest goals throughout this offseason into the start of next season? And what are some of the team's biggest goals as we enter that final stretch into the 2021 fall?
I think as a team, especially going in, you know, to the NAI season, we definitely want to make at least top four in the GSEC tournament. Personally, and even I could say a lot of the girls, we've been really capitalizing on just the little things, you know, setting the little goals, whether that's like what you're eating, you know, what you're feeling your body, like, are you stretching? Are you sleeping well? I think that's super important because you want to make sure that you're always playing at your best. So I think that's those have been like the goals that we've been setting for each other, you know, like make sure you do this, make sure you do that, and do your individual part to so that when we come together during next season, it'll be good.
Well, it seems like you guys are doing a great job holding each other accountable, and that seems to be a common goal that will help, or a goal that each of you have that will help you all achieve that common goal of success in the Golden State Athletic Conference. Des, I want to thank you so much for your time and for joining me on our season premiere of OakieVision.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course. And fans, remember the Menlo College women's soccer team will be in action on the Menlo College Sports Network at noon on this Friday against West Valley College, a scrimmage, and you'll get a chance to see Des and the rest of her fellow freshmen and upperclassmen hit the pitch for the first time on the Menlo College Sports Network since November of 2019. So we're excited to see that. Otherwise, you can catch us every Wednesday on OakieVision. where we keep your finger on the pulse of everything going on with Menlo College athletics. Thanks everybody for watching.